Female CEO brought her paralyzed son on a blind date, but the single dad's reaction stunned her. Claire Reynolds was a force to be reckoned with. As the CEO of a thriving tech company, she commanded boardrooms with precision, confidence, and an unshakable poise. But behind the tailored suits and high-rise office views, Claire's heart carried a vulnerability only a few had seen. Her 10-year-old son, Ethan, who had been paralyzed from the waist down after a car accident 2 years ago. Blind dates were not Claire's usual scene, but when her best friend insisted, she agreed. Only this time she had a condition. Ethan was coming along. "He's part of my life," she explained. "If this is going to be real, he should be included." So on a crisp Saturday evening, Claire and Ethan arrived at the cozy, dimly lit restaurant. The scent of fresh bread and roasted garlic filled the air. At a corner table sat Ryan Matthews, a single dad in his early 30s, with a warm smile and a calm presence. His own daughter, Lily, had been shyly coloring in her notebook while he waited. As Claire wheeled Ethan to the table, Ryan's eyes softened, but the look wasn't pity. It was understanding. She noticed it immediately, and it unsettled her. In her world, people often stared, whispered, or avoided her son entirely. But not Ryan. The first moments were awkward. Ethan fidgeted with his hands, clearly nervous. Claire tried to break the ice with polite conversation, but it was Ryan's daughter who changed everything. Lily looked up, smiled, and said, "Hi, Ethan. Want to see my drawing?" Ethan's face lit up, a genuine, uncontrollable grin. For the first time in weeks, he relaxed. Claire felt a weight lift off her shoulders. She watched as the children laughed together, and something unexpected happened. Ryan leaned in toward her, not with judgment or curiosity, but with quiet admiration. "Your son is amazing," he said softly. "I can see where he gets that spark." Claire blinked, taken aback. She wasn't used to compliments that weren't tied to her success or wealth. And in that moment, she realized something profound. This was the first blind date where she didn't feel the need to defend or explain her life. The evening flowed effortlessly after that. They shared stories, exchanged small jokes, and watched the kids interact like old friends. But the true emotional peak came when Ethan, shyly, asked Ryan if he could try to wheel himself a little across the restaurant floor. Without hesitation, Ryan rose and offered his hand. Together they navigated the small distance, and when Ethan laughed, pure, unfiltered laughter, Claire's eyes filled with tears. Not tears of sadness, but relief. Her son had felt accepted, seen, and included. At the end of the night, Ryan turned to Claire. "You're doing an incredible job with him, and I think he feels it too. You don't have to carry this world alone." Claire was stunned, not by the words themselves, but by the sincerity behind them. For the first time in a long while, she allowed herself to hope that love didn't have to be complicated, that kindness could exist without conditions, and that her son could experience life fully, even with limitations. As they parted, Ethan hugged both Ryan and Lily. "Can we meet again?" he whispered. Ryan smiled, a quiet warmth in his eyes. "Absolutely. And maybe next time I'll bring Lily's little brother along too." Claire wheeled Ethan to the car that night, her heart lighter than it had been in years. She realized that kindness, selflessness, and genuine human connection weren't just for the perfect moments, they were for moments like this. Messy and beautiful, where hearts met without pretense. And in that realization, she found not just hope for romance, but hope for a world where everyone, no matter their circumstances, could belong. The next weekend, Ryan called Claire. "How about a picnic at the park?" he suggested. "Lily and Ethan can have their own little adventure while we talk." Claire hesitated for a moment, then smiled. "I think they'll love that." Saturday arrived, and the park was alive with children's laughter and the scent of fresh grass. Ethan's wheelchair rolled smoothly along the paved paths as Lily raced beside him, holding his hand at every turn. Ryan watched from a distance, his eyes soft but alert, making sure they were safe while giving them space to play. Claire found herself walking alongside him, marveling at how effortless their conversation had become. They talked about everything from their kids' favorite books to the challenges of single parenthood. For the first time in a long while, Claire felt no need to impress anyone. Here, she could simply be herself. Then came a small, unexpected moment that left Claire speechless. A little boy tripped nearby, scraping his knee badly. Ryan dashed over instinctively, gently comforting the child, cleaning the wound and finding a bandage. Ethan, watching, whispered, "He's like a superhero." Claire felt a lump in her throat. It wasn't just Ryan's bravery, it was his compassion. She realized her son had witnessed something far more valuable than any fancy gift or praise. The simple, selfless act of caring for another human being. As the sun began to set, painting the sky in shades of pink and gold, Ryan turned to Claire. "You know," he said quietly, "I think our kids were meant to meet. And maybe we were too." Claire's eyes glistened. She had spent years controlling every aspect of her life, but this natural, unforced connection was something she hadn't planned. Ethan, tired but joyful, leaned on her shoulder, whispering, "I like him, Mom, he's nice." In that moment, Claire realized that kindness was contagious. Love didn't always arrive in grand gestures. It often came quietly through shared moments, laughter, and understanding. And for the first time, she allowed herself to imagine a future where her son thrived not just because of her, but alongside someone who truly saw them both. As they packed up to leave, Ryan lifted Lily onto his shoulders. Ethan rolled beside them, and Claire felt a warmth she hadn't known in years. It wasn't just hope. It was the profound certainty that compassion, once shared, always finds its way back stronger than before. And for the first time, Claire felt that life could be both challenging and beautiful. A journey made richer when hearts met with openness, acceptance, and courage.